out in a 2017 C7 Z06. Right at 16,000 miles on the odometer. Owner is Mr. Santos, actually local here in Houston. I want to first thank him for being patient. He gave us a deposit quite a while ago, and man, guys, we just get busy, and some projects take longer than expected, and I just want to thank him for being patient, waiting for us to get the car in to do our complete 800 horsepower package to it, which is now done. It is, golly, it's showing 103 degrees outside right now. It is brutal weather, but I'm going to test the car because this is the weather he will be driving it in. The car is on 93 octane. The 800 horsepower package, like I said, with the billet lid on it, so it looks good under the hood. Santos is he just wants a nice weekend cruiser that he can enjoy and that is reliable on 93 octane. So we did finish that now. Again, this is my first test drive to test shift points in manual mode as well as in drive, and obviously make sure the engine is nice and safe when it comes to fueling and timing and so forth. Next step up, those of you with LT4 packages or even Santos himself, if he wants a little bit more, we do offer, we call it like a 850 package, a solid 50 horsepower more by running flex fuel, so it can run on 93, or for those of you that are out of state that only can get like 91 octane, it's a good option if you can get E85 where you're located. We have to add a low side fuel system to it to keep the pressure up to the mechanical pump. That way we can run, you know, a solid E70% and gain, like I said, a solid 50 horsepower from it. So I have a feeling Santos will probably drive this for a while, and if he wants more, being Houston, we can get E85. It's very readily available here at a lot of gas stations, so he can always bring it back for us to add the low side fuel system to it. It's about a day job. Low side fuel system for the day, and the next day do the flex fuel sensor. We wire it in and install it, and then obviously retune it for E85. But right now she's on pump gas. She sounds good. It came to us with Corsa exhaust already on it. In my opinion, it sounds phenomenal. We are on a regular street tire, so I'm going to screw it. I'll probably traction control on. I'm gonna do it. I usually do third gear pulls, but I'm gonna do second just because it's so damn hot out. I think we'll get a little bit of traction. Even, yeah, she's hot. Coolant temp's still good, air temps are still good. We'll do a quick little second gear pull, test the shift points. Let me reset this. I hate having a really long log. Alright, second gear. Someone pulls up next to him like little kid in a Mustang. Stabbed it, I can feel traction control kick in right away. You mind holding this?
No, absolutely not.
No, that way we can just watch it as we go, and if anything feels funny, we can see it. But that's the main thing, is people getting used to the cam. People that have never had a cam.
Yeah, I never had a cam before. It's my first time. So that's what I was telling gentleman Mark.
Yep.
Right. So I had a Shelby 750. I had a Shelby.
Yep.
It was a 2022
Mustang.
Yeah, the Shelby.
Yep.
Okay. And then I had a Lamborghini Gallardo.
Yep. What year?
It was a 2012.
Oh, with the E gear.
Yes, the E gear. Yes, sir.
Those things were
Yes. That's it, right there. Yes, sir. So those was great.
I liked them. I liked them until the newer ones came out.
Okay, perfect. But I've always loved the Corvette better, me personally. I mean, I think for the price, the power, the look of it, to me, it's perfect.
I agree,
Steve. You know,
I agree.
Everybody has different, so I'm not gonna spend $200,000-$300,000 when I can spend maybe 70 or 80, do some upgrades, and I still have a real nice thing that I love.
A modified car that runs good, drives good.
Correct, sir.
And in my opinion, it's American muscle. So you can drive it and drive anytime you want, right?
Okay.
It's just someone pulls up next to you, you can always just floor it, and it will manually downshift.
Okay.
If you want to. I always get scared because some of these cars are pretty damn fast with stock tires. Even with traction control on, if it downshifts into like second gear, it kind of might get crazy.
Yes, sir.
But leave traction control on. I always tell you that. But if someone does pull up next to you, here, I'll wait till I get past this.
Yes.
Like in a Mustang or something, you can put it in manual mode. You can see how it's still in fifth gear.
Yeah.
And look, you just do this. Someone pulls up next to you. Oh wait till I get up over
Yeah,
here.
no worries.
But you sit here and you can be at the right RPM, and then when someone's next to you and they're ready to hit it, you can just do this and have some fun. I'm just gonna do it for one gear because of that. So when we first stabbed it, you kind of feel how it was like hesitated a second.
Yes.
The traction control light was flashing, and I'll show you here how it works. It pulls timing out, it lets you go, and then after that it just takes off and goes. And it will shift all by itself in manual mode. So you don't have to watch the tack and hit this button. We tune it like that on purpose.
I'm so glad that you brought me back here, because I wouldn't have had no idea I had that.
Yes.
Justin told me about it.
Yeah, most people don't. They don't understand how it works.
That's right.
That's the best way to race it, in my opinion.
With the M?
Yeah.
Okay.
You put it in M mode. That way you're at the right RPM. Because I'm gonna be honest, if someone's next to me and I hear, like, if I'm in M mode at 4,000 RPMs and they're in drive, if I hear them go to floor it, by the time their car downshifts, I'm already a car length ahead of them.
Gotcha.
Like if I just floored it right now, if I'm next to you, I could hear your car downshifting that you've already floored it, but before your car accelerates, I'm already going. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no.
Right? So if I go to race somebody, I do this. I know I can race a different spot.
Yeah, that's
We'll play. I'll wait till we get.
So you go to second.
Most of the time,
speed, right?
most of the time third gear.
Yes.
I'm just doing second because I want you to feel the power, and like I said, and I want you to see the traction control kick in with it on. Because if you turn it off, it won't do that, but you will.
Slick.
See these black marks?
Yes.
You will. You will definitely. You will spin the tires.
Did you do that?
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Is that not
Being
awesome?
in the passenger side, look at this.
Yes. So watch.
Being in the passenger side is
It's
crazy.
completely different.
Yes,
right?
it is, bro. Than being on the wheel. Yeah.
I don't like riding passenger, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Timing comes out to make the shift, and then it takes off again. So it shifts all by itself without having to hit the tap up
Without
button.
the tap, right?
Yep. No, again, you can leave it in drive and do the same thing, which a lot of people
You
do.
can wear it on the drive, but I like the idea of the
M is cool because if you're on the highway going, and this thing is in 8th gear, you're at 1,200 RPMs cruising at 65 miles an hour, right? So by the time you floor it, it's going to drop down to like 3rd gear.
Yep. Yes, sir.
It's just easier to
No,
do
no,
that.
I see exactly what you're saying.
That way you're in your power band.
Yeah, you get a,
Watch that. I always pull over up here. That road over here is where I normally go because I don't like doing
this traffic. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't like.
It's a little bit scary because people, right?
Yeah, it's not us. It's someone else.
It's
right?
someone else.
Just like with the bike, it's not.
That is correct. There you go.
Now, so we were talking about bikes the other day, and I'm not a bike guy, but who was I talking to? But Jason, my media guy.
Yes.
I said, man, in college I was this close to buying an R1. That's why I talked about it. I was like, man, I'm just gonna get it, drive to school. I was at College Station. I'll drive to class and back. Yeah. And then I'm like, dude, I know myself. I say I'm gonna just cruise it. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, maybe I can do a wheelie from here to there.
Oh my god.
And I'll be like, you know what? Then I can probably do a wheelie from here to here. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it because I know I'm gonna do something stupid and kill myself.
Yes,
so I said, all right, I'm done. I'm not gonna get it.
No,
I drove my buddy's Busa.
Good thing you did it.
Yes, I drove my. If I don't have something around me, I'm like, no thanks.
Good thing you did it. That's a good thing you're still here. Because look what you end up doing.
Yes, I love it.
You know?
Yes, and that was in college. That was right when I was finishing up to then start this business.
I'm with you, bro.
And I quit school to start this business.
That's awesome.
I always save my logs. But yeah, the shaking and stuff.
Cool. That's normal then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, first, because Justin said you called, I was like, man, just tell him to come up here. Cause if you're, because you said you lived close. Like, man, I haven't met him yet.
No, I appreciate it.
Let me come back up here.
This is awesome because, like I said, what you're sharing me right now, I would have never thought about it. Good. So, and honestly, I wanted you to show me anyways because I follow you on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
So I'm
you
like,
see the videos?
of course.
Okay, good.
And I'm like, I hope I get to ride with him. You know, because you know about all this stuff. So.
And if traffic wasn't so bad, I'd take you to a longer road.
It's okay, man. This is.
You good though? You get the idea of how to do it?
This is good enough.
And like I said, next week or the week after, if you have any more questions, dude, just come back anytime. But everything here, as far as tune-up goes, just so you know, everything's beautiful.
Okay, cool.
Everything looks great.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect, dude. Yeah, you know what you're looking at, so you're the expert. I trust you.
It looks good, my friend.
All right, good. That's awesome. Diagnosing and everything. So, do you own a Corvette?
I had a 23 Z06.
Oh.
I sold them yet.
Yeah.
So as soon as we can get into it, I will get another one.
The Z06, a new one?
Yeah. I had a 23.
Yeah.
I had a dark blue one. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, that thing is.
So like you were saying, the Stingray, it's a wide narrow. So I had the Stingrays. I had the 2020. I've had everything.
Yeah,
my favorite is still probably the 1901.
The 19? Yeah. The Z01.
And what you're doing to this, you're getting it to a 1901 now. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
The horsepower you're in now can beat a 1901.
Really?
Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like, this is what, to me, it was fun.
Right.
It was fun. It was
So how long you been doing this, Steve?
20 years, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So how'd you get involved? Because I know that blue car is yours. They told me about it when I first came over here.
So that was my car I drove to high school,
Really?
into college.
The Camaro, huh?
Yep. It was, started off as like a cold air cam header car. Did it all in my garage with my buddy. And then in College Station, put a motor in it, like a little 383 with a direct port, a whole bunch of nitrous on it. And I street raced a lot, right?
Yeah.
And man, we gambled a lot, hustled a lot of people.
Yeah, of course.
And once I started, like once everyone in Houston kind of knew who I was.
Yes.
But then we started traveling, so then I'd go to Dallas. We'd go make 5, 10, 50 grand for a weekend.
For the race.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we'd leave Dallas, we'd go to Austin. Then we go to San Antonio. Then next thing you know, everyone in Texas kind of knew who I was. So we had to go out of state to find races. And man, where did I go? I went to like, God, it was somewhere up northeast. It was far. We went somewhere far, and someone still fucking knew who I was. This is 2002 to 2004.
Right.
So the internet, like the little car forums, was just kind of getting started,
yeah,
right?
I remember, yeah.
And so by the time Chicago, I went to Chicago to race somebody, and we had a race lined up. It was like for 20 grand.
Yep.
And then someone came over and was like, hey, that's the kid that's on this website. They say it's a little skinny white kid with a black Camaro.
Yeah.
Race him, but don't race him if he's running for big money, unless you got something that's fast.
Right.
And man, I couldn't get any more races. So it was 2003 or 2004.
Yeah.
That same little car forum website, they had a little series that they started that was just for new Corvettes, new Camaros.
Gotcha.
So I went for the whole year. I raced it was the first time I actually went to the track. I didn't even go to the track because I didn't want people to see my times or see how fast it was. So I did that.
So you did street racing then?
That's all I did. So
Yeah.
believe it or not, I'll take you.
Street racing, bro.
Here's one of the roads right here we used to go. It wasn't like this back in the day, but
Yeah.
one of the roads that I probably made over $100,000 here in a couple weekends. Yes,
Shit.
sir. That's road,
pretty cool.
This road right here, which is not the best road.
Yeah.
But I'll show you. We used to race 8th mile right here. And it wasn't so crowded, but this building was here like this. This whole parking lot would be full. Trailer cars would come and park here, and they'd park in the back. And then we'd set up the race for a good amount of money.
Yeah.
And we would start right here.
Right here, huh?
Yep.
That's awesome. See,
this is one spot.
that's awesome, dude.
And yeah, dude, I did it for years and years. And like I said, we do burnouts right here.
Yeah.
And you can see the road right here. This was a sketchy road.
This is it. Yeah, it was.
See the black marks here?
Yeah, right here. I see it.
So we'd race here,
Take off.
up over to this bridge, and the stop sign stuff way down here wasn't there back in the day.
Right.
So this was a little bit longer. But once the car started going really fast, this road, I didn't like racing it because it was too narrow.
Yes.
And the bump right here at this bridge.
Just go up.
Yeah, right here. I did not like this. Right here.
I can tell, bro.
When you're
off
going
the
fast,
road.
yeah.
You can go off the road.
So we started running 8th mile only, so we'd stop.
Yeah.
The finish line would be right there at the bridge, and you'd be letting off going over it. So that was sketchy.
That's cool.
But once I started doing that, I did that series, I literally won every single race we went to.
Yeah.
And for a whole year, qualified. I never qualified number one, not at all of them, but I was just consistent, and the car ran really good. And then, man, people started asking me and my buddies to work on their cars. Next thing you know, we have cars in a storage unit, you know what I mean? Because at College Station, only so many cars to fit in my driveway. And then next thing you know, I was like, man, screw it. I'm just gonna rent a little place and work out of like I said, like a mini storage unit almost.
And started
work on cars. Yep, did that for probably a year maybe. And then after that, got a real shop, which is kind of like where I'm at now. I had a small shop like that for probably 3 years, and then I'll show you when we go back. I had my big shop for about 15 years.
Really?
And then I bought land out in Katy. That's where I'm building the new shop.
That's what Justin told me. Yeah. So how I heard about you, there's a guy that comes and he brings his Corvettes in here. I think he's got a white C8, and he flew some for Giottos as well too. So I was in a little car meeting they had, and I was in my motorcycle, and I loved the way it sounded and everything.
It was a C8 Corvette?
Yeah, a white one. A little Hispanic guy too. Hispanic guy.
Yeah. If he had 4 Giottos, I bet you I know who it is.
Yeah, okay.
There's a whole bunch of toys we've done with him, I think.
Yeah, Charger and everything. He said, I don't know him well, so I asked him, I said, hey, who did your exhaust? You know, and everything. I asked him. He goes, LMR, you know, and I'm like, LMR, so I Googled it real quick that day, you know, like, and I told my wife, like, hey, this is where I want to take the car. So I'll be honest with you, when I booked it in November and I didn't hear from you guys, I was very sad, bro. I'll be honest with you, Steve.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dude, because I mean, I had been following you since I heard that, you know, and everything, and looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, I told my wife, like, I want this guy to fix a car, to do it. I don't want no one else. And then time went by, whatever, so, right? And then there was other guys that I know, they're like, oh no, I'll do it for you, man, and whatever, all this stuff, you know, all this shit, bro.
There's always John Smith that'll do it.
Exactly. So my wife is like, because my wife is very picky. She really is. Like, she likes things to be done right.
Do it right the first time.
Just like my bike. Yeah, just like my bikes, bro. I mean, I got carbon wheels. It's like, get them. That's what you want. That's what you work hard for. Just, if you can do it, do it. If you can't, don't do it.
Isn't that badass?
So, and I'm like, okay, so I had a couple of guys that are like, oh, well, I'll charge you $13,000. I'll do this. And they were going to put a ice bucket back there. You know, I'm sure you know more about that shit. And
with the ice tank for the...
Yeah, for the cooling and all this kind of shit. And I told the guy, I'm like, look, you know what, man? I say, I'm going to wait as long as these guys are ready. I say, I'm going to take it to them, Steve. I said like that, bro.
I was like, I hope he responds. I hope he says something.
Dude, as soon as I got that text, I was right there outside my garage. And actually, I was by the car and the bikes because I usually clean them all the time. And I told my wife, like, oh, I got a text now from the LMR. You know, when can I take it? She's like, oh, shit, that's great. And I was like, I'm excited, you know.
We are normally, I tell him to not lie to people. I said, man, just tell people the truth. We are 8 to 12 weeks out. Yeah. And sometimes it might be more than that, but usually we're within that. Yes. You know what I mean? Just because of some cars that this, you know, yours should take 4 days to build, a day to tune, another day to video and film and do what we're doing here.
Right.
But sometimes other cars that come in from out of state, they have pre-existing problems that we find out.
Right.
Some take longer. But for the most part,
I'm so glad you told me that. And I really wanted you to work on it on my car. I really did.
Good.
I wanted you to do what you're doing right now and explain to me all this stuff. I can explain to you anything on a motorcycle if you want, you know? But, and an upgrade like this,
especially the cam. I try to tell people, because if you've never had a modded car with a camshaft in it, it takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
The automatic usually isn't so bad. It's just about feeling the idle. But manual cars, I tell people, you have to rev the engine up higher when you first take off from a light.
Oh, I got
With the cam in it, it'll want to not die, but it'll want to just it'll want to shake. Yes, so you have to just rev it up a little bit higher to take off from a stop.
Gotcha.
But this thing, like I said, so here in idle, it's an 8-speed auto. So do you know what a torque converter is or no? So the transmission's in the car, then you have what's called a torque converter. What it is, so if I hold the brake right here, and I go to give it gas, see how the RPMs rev up?
Yep.
So a 6-speed automatic, so a 6L80 would only rev to about, let's say right there, and then start spinning the tires. Meaning it's like a 1500 stall converter is what they call it, right? These are around 22 to 2500 RPMs. Okay. So because it's a, I don't want to do it right here this line.
No,
but I can hold the brake, I can give it gas, and it won't spin the back tires to about 2500 RPMs.
Wow.
That means it's a little bit looser. So when we put the camshaft in it, we can raise the idle up like we're doing, like I showed you, like an 850, without the car wanting to push itself forward.
Gotcha.
That's the main difference with the automatics.
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna feel it here for a while, and then maybe.
Oh, you get used to this?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, all we gotta do is put a low side fuel system on it, a flex fuel sensor, and you can run pump gas or E85. Okay, perfect. And just from changing fuel, you'll pick up 50 rear horsepower.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It'll be like night and day different. And that's just if you want that. If you want more, obviously we can port the supercharger. There's so much more we can do. To this thing.
No, I mean, honestly, the speed that you show me right now, it's freaking insane. This is good enough for me, bro. To be honest with you.
Most people, that's what I try to tell people. People always say, I want 1,000 horsepower. I'm like, unless you've had a modded vehicle before, or you're gonna go racing some events, this package, I would call it our 800 horsepower package, is our most common for a reason, because it's more than most people even need. Now, don't get me wrong.
Especially out here right now. I mean, look at this right now.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we can use it once in a while. And all I wanted to do, Steve, is just to be kind of compared with the new kids on the block. In other words, you know, if, like you were saying, a Mustang,
some guy in a Challenger pull up next to you.
Shelby.
You know? Grab second gear, hit it, and man, if someone beats you, more power to them.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? More power to them.
There you go, Steve.
But this thing drives, in my opinion.
How old are you, Steve?
I'm 41.
I'm 47, man. So
well, we both look young.
Yeah,
you look young as fuck too.
I'm 47.
You
bro.
look young as fuck too.
So the reason I'm asking you is because, like you're saying right now, that's the way I think and feel. Even on the motorcycle, me personally, it's like
I'm getting
if you
older,
beat me,
man. Yeah.
It's like
back in the day. Oh hell no!
Hell no!
I'll be back. I'll be back.
That's
Give
right.
me a second. I'll be back. Now I'm like, I want my car to be comfortable. I want to enjoy it. I want it to be I don't want it to be broke down.
There you go.
Living in someone's shop all the time.
Yes, sir.
So that building was my old shop.
Oh, that was
for
yours,
15 years.
Yeah. Wow.
And then a guy came and bought all this fucking thing
yeah.
and tried quadrupling my rent.
Oh yeah.
So I literally got pissed off.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hopped on my golf cart, found this place. I signed a 3-year lease here,
yep.
and then I bought the land out in Katy.